Hi, thanks for clicking on ChicagoMaroon.com. I'm Mike.
And I'm Ella.
We're news editors at the Maroon, and we're here to give you a rundown of today's top stories. So first up is there was the Mr. University competition today, Monday, which normally happens every year, and it's run by one of the sororities on campus, the Thetas. And normally it's a lot of fraternity brothers and some sports teams who put guys forward in sort of a pageant competition. And they had that this year, as always, but it was also dedicated to second-year Emma Stanger, who unfortunately died early Sunday morning in a car accident outside of Chicago. And so there was a lot of, it turned into sort of a memorial service. There was a large poster of Emma that students signed, and there were songs performed by some of the contestants that were dedicated to Emma. But there was also, the good-natured fun that they had. Julian Quintanilla, who's a second year and vice president at the student government, was part of it, and he sang, I think, to Rubber Ducky was his song. So there was a lot of fun had still, and it was a nice memorial to Emma.
Also, we have not one but two articles about the recession and its effect on the university. One article is addressing the gifts that the university is receiving. Prepare to be surprised. The university is actually bucking national trends, so check out tomorrow's paper to find out what that means for the university.
There's also another piece looking at an email Provost Rosenbaum sent out earlier in the week, talking about the budget cuts the university is going through. He'd said earlier in the year some sort of vague notions of what would be happening, but now he'd mentioned that a lot of it's going to come down to decreased PhD students being accepted in next year's programs, and actually Humanities Dean Roth said that might have to be a third fewer students in next year's pool. So that might have some large impacts on the university as a whole, and we addressed some of those in the article.
And then, Mike, there's the Uncommon Grant Fund. It's did a lot better this year than it has done in the past.
Yeah,
right?
Over $600,000 worth of applications were submitted to the Uncommon Fund, only 40,000 of which were accepted. But there's still a large variation. One of the most interesting ones is the Shanty, which was the first building built on campus in 1892. It was demolished, unfortunately, in 1912. It used to be this sort of combination concession stand, student hangout way back when. There was a recreation of it in the 1930s that was apparently this tea hangout. Lots of students would be there and drink tea. And so there's a several $1,000 grant to rebuild the Shanty on campus. So that and a couple other uncommon grants in this year's pool.
Shanty sounds like fun, Mike.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So for Mike and Ella here at the Maroon, thanks for watching, and read this and more in today's issue of the Maroon.